Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Danial bin Kamarudin. I'm from KBA1193C. Today I would like to give you introduction about our research. First, our country economy has dropped vertically nowadays. It is affected by the consumer that buy import product more than local product. The government in our country has tried to solve this problem that consumers should buy only local product to revive the nation's economy. We have to change our attitude in believing that imported things are superior to local goods. We have locally significant number of goods sold. Overseas items such as TV, radio, air conditioner, VCR, shirt, shoe and automobile are made in Malaysia. We should develop a culture where we do not automatically think that imported goods are of superior famous brand name such as Kamarudin, Levi's and others are actually made in Malaysia under OEM manufacturing. When we make these goods up to the quality of this name brand, why can't we buy goods again? Why should we afford imported goods? Why can we buy this good under our own Malaysia brand? Even when time become better again, when we can afford to buy imported good again, we do so not because these items are better quality than product, but because their price are more competitive or because these goods are not available locally. For component of Malaysian import, there are three main categories of import by end use. Intermediate goods are valued at 66.4% of total import. For capital goods, it takes up 50.8% of total import. For consumption goods, it is account for 7.30% of total import. Other major import product of Malaysia import product include electrical and electronic product, which are valued at 38.4% of total import. Besides that, machinery, appliance and part are account for 8.6%, and chemical products take up 8.4%, while for manufacture of metals, it is account for 5.2% of total import. Furthermore, transport equipment account for 5.1%. Refined petroleum product take up 5% and iron steel product take up 3.7% of total import. For optic and scientific equipment, it has 3% of total import, and processed food take up 1.7% of total import. Crude petroleum is the minority of total import, where it takes 1.6% of total import. The remaining percentage represent other import products in Malaysia. Malaysia top 10 import origin are Republic of China 14%, Japan 12.5%, United States of America 11.2%, Singapore 11.1% and Thailand 6.1%. While for other import market, Indonesia account for 5.3%, Republic of Korea account for 4.6%, and Taiwan hold 4.3%, and Germany also hold 4.2% of the total import with Malaysia. Hong Kong only hold 2.5% of import with Malaysia. The remaining percentage represent other import market trade with Malaysia. In difficult time like this, we can show that we love our country by doing what we do best. We have to go back to our core strengths that have sustained us through history, such as diligence, perseverance, thrift, hard saving, faith, pragmatism, and entrepreneurial spirit. And we know that right now, many other countries have fight with COVID-19 that has affected many of country economy and including Malaysia. So we must take solution to protect our country in Malaysia, but we follow the SOP that stand for Standard Operation Procedure from our government. Also, we must support our local product so we could ensure that growth of our economy in Malaysia. Remember, please wear mask when you are outside and remember to always wash your hands. That's all from me, Danial bin Kamarudin. We go back to our 3 pentas. Thank you for today.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for your kindness. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. So my name is Athirah Binti Hassan and I will talk to you about economic issue that happen if we buy more imports good than our Malaysian goods. Okay, for your information, if the quantity demanded of import goods increase, it will make our quantity demanded of domestic good decrease. It will make our aggregate demanded decrease and make our unemployment rate increase. Besides, there also will be deflation in our economy. Okay, in my opinion, the government should control our habits on spending for the imports good. Okay, in order to reduce or control our dependence on spending for import goods, the government should promote our domestic products, and also the government should increase the rate of tariff of imports good. For example, if the tariff is 50%, the price of imports good is 20,000, so the producer needs to pay 10,000 for the tariff of import goods. When the tariff increase, the quantity demand of imports good will decrease because of the high rate of tariff that the producer need to pay. Okay, next, for your information, in 2019, Malaysia had launched new campaign called Buy Malaysian Product campaign. Okay, to keep this campaign ongoing, the government decided to make an expo to promote our Malaysian product to all citizens of Malaysia. When they promote our domestic product, so the quantity demanded of domestic product will increase and it will make our unemployment rate reduce. So we should realize and we should buy our domestic goods and services. If we buy our domestic goods and services, it will help our economies grow. It also will help our government to reduce their burden. Okay, I will continue. The definition of unemployment is where the situation in economy where there are people between the age of 16 and 65 who are not working, but they are actively seeking for a job. Meanwhile, the definition of unemployment rate is where the percent of the labor force that is jobless. Okay, the type of unemployment that happen in this economic issue is cyclical unemployment. This cyclical employment happen because of downswing in a business cycle, such as the decreases of the quantity demanded for goods and services. So if we buy more domestic goods, we will decrease the rate of unemployment that happen in Malaysia. It will help a lot of citizens to get their job, and we will also help the government to increase our domestic good, and it will help our local producer to increase their profit. So let's continue to the next segment, and I will give the next segment to my friends.
Thank you to my friends Athirah. So, from all of the information that have been said by my friend, we can conclude that as a consumer, we should use our purchasing power wisely by purchase goods or product that made in Malaysia. This will increase the demand for domestic goods and decrease the demand for imported goods. Next, we can ensure that the finance of our country will increase due to high demand in domestic goods. Furthermore, the money obtained by the state can be used to accommodate and develop the sale of Malaysian goods out of the country. If all uses buy a domestic goods, we can reduce the level of dependency on imported goods. In addition, in this way, we can open many job opportunities, especially to Malaysians who involved in business. This also reduces the unemployment rate in the country. For example, before this, most manufacturing sectors took imported goods due to its quality. So, if our country can provide goods that have the same quality as imported goods, we're sure that the demand for domestic goods will increase. We also confident that many manufacturing sectors will use domestic goods as a material to produce their product. Therefore, many job opportunities will be issued because we need a large workforce to produce good fare on high demand. With many job opportunities, the level of unemployment rate will decrease, and the economy of our country can move towards a developed nation. Last but not least, we can see that the government's actions in promoting domestic goods, such as buying Malaysians made goods campaign, and most importantly, the government main purpose is to reduce the country's level of dependency on imported goods. We can also see the benefit from these actions. So, as a Malaysian citizen, we have to support the local product in order to boost our country's economy.